The entire laser unit and controls of the Medlite C6 are contained in a single console. Electrical power is supplied to the console by the facility's power source. Laser energy produced within the device is delivered to the tissue by means of an articulated arm and the specifically designed multi-spot handpiece, 532 nanometers and 1064 nanometers, or optional multi-light dye laser handpieces, 650 nanometers and 585 nanometers. The user activates laser emission by means of a foot switch. Plug one end of the power cord into the socket at the rear of the laser and the other end into an appropriate voltage wall power outlet. Flip the power switch on the back of the laser to the up position to turn the power on. If using an optional door interlock system, verify that it is connected properly to the laser. Otherwise, ensure that the small plastic interlock plug is inserted into the interlock connector. Ensure that the red emergency stop button located on top of the laser is not depressed. To release it, rotate the button clockwise. Connect the cable for the foot switch to the foot switch connector located on the rear of the console. In case of emergency, push the emergency stop button. As soon as this button is pushed, the laser will cease to function and will not operate as long as the button is depressed. Dashes will also appear on the control panel display. To restart the laser, release the emergency stop button by rotating it clockwise in the direction of the arrows. Next, turn the key switch position to off and then to on. The key switch has two positions, off and on. Off indicates that electricity is running through the system, but the control panel is inactive, and the laser is not operational. On indicates that the laser is powered and operational. The high voltage indicator illuminates when the laser system is electrically powered and charged. The articulated arm is fully adjustable to allow the user to guide the laser. The arm folds in the back of the laser for convenient storage. The coolant level is visible through the reservoir window on the rear of the laser. It should be monitored on a monthly basis. The water coolant reservoir fill port is also located on the rear of the laser. The coolant reservoir is replenished with deionized or distilled water through this port. Hoyakan Bio supplies a bottle, hose, and connector that are designed especially for use with the fill port. Refer to page 62 of the operation manual for detailed procedure instructions. Mismatching the parameters in the display and handpiece will result in incorrect fluence delivery to the patient. Always verify that the handpiece and wavelength selected in the display matches the handpiece and desired wavelength for the laser treatment. The standard multi-spot handpiece connects to the articulated arm on the Medlite C6 laser system. It is designed to provide a range of focused treatment spot sizes that are specific to the Medlite C6 laser wavelengths. Do not soak or steam sterilize the multi-spot handpiece barrel. Doing so will damage the internal optics. The multi-spot handpiece kit has two types of clear plastic containment cones, cylindrical and tapered. Containment cones slide onto the handpiece barrel and ensure the appropriate focusing distance from the laser optics to the tissue target. These cones may be soaked in disinfection solution or steam autoclaved. Refer to page 60 of the operation manual for detailed instructions. The multi-spot handpiece kit contains one metal extension cone and two focal guide tips. The focal guide tip threads onto the metal extension cone and must be used to ensure proper focal distance of the laser beam. The metal extension cone and focal guide tip may be soaked or steam sterilized. Refer to page 60 of the operation manual for detailed instructions. The protective window screws onto the output end of the handpiece barrel to protect the optics inside the handpiece barrel. The protective window should be installed onto the handpiece barrel during the transmission measurement procedure and patient treatments. Two protective semi-disposable windows are included with the multi-spot handpiece. The protective window is an optical device. By nature, it will become damaged while the laser is used, and laser plume contaminates the optic. but it protects the more expensive laser optics inside the barrel of the handpiece. Once damaged, the protective window must be replaced. However, inspection and cleaning after each procedure will prolong its useful life. Use a lens tissue or clean cotton swab moistened with methanol or isopropyl alcohol to wipe the debris and dust from the protective window. Take care to not leave the debris from the cotton swab behind on the window. Refer to page 59 of the operation manual for detailed instructions. Not cleaning or improperly cleaning the protective window will damage its coating. This can cause a reflection of laser light back into the articulated arm and damage the arm mirrors. Do not use a damaged or dirty protective window. The Multi-Light die handpiece for the Medlite C6 laser system offers many benefits because of its versatility. Before operating the Multi-Light die laser handpiece for the first time, thoroughly read the operation manual and note the repetition rates and the 532 nanometer wavelength required for each handpiece. The following are some helpful reminders for proper usage. 1. Never use the Multi-Light die handpiece in the 1064 nanometer mode. The dies in the handpieces are activated with 532 nanometers and should only be used in the Multi-Light mode. The goggles provided with the die handpiece will not protect your eyes if 1064 nanometers is selected. 2. The die modules in both the red and yellow handpieces need to be replaced after approximately 25,000 shots of accumulated use, as the die material is depleted over time and will no longer be effective. 3. If you ever see green light emitting from either die handpiece during treatment, it is time to replace your die cell immediately. Refer to Section 5D of the operation manual for information on replacing die cells. 4. Always verify that you are using the correct goggles for each handpiece. The red die handpiece must be used with the goggles labeled as 650 nanometers. Similarly, the yellow die handpiece must be used with the goggles labeled as 585 nanometers. Using the incorrect goggles may pose an ocular hazard. Please consult your operation manual if you have further questions or call 800-532-1064. Or for service, call 800-524-5571. Or visit our website at conbio.com for assistance.